wizard hat. 4. Why so serious?
3. Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
We have a Hulk.
2.
Show me your moves.
I'm Groot. 1.
What's that flashing? We're losing it at flicker shield. Don't trap yourselves in. I'm gonna make a jump to light speed.
Go!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the Random Fandom Show. My name is Matt Mewedge.
I'm Josh Mewedge.
I'm Nick Vittorio, and joining us once again is special guest Nick Drennen.
That crescendo. Won't he ever leave? Jeez.
It's gotten more and more each episode, the build-up of the Fonz. Alright, today we are diving into a question that we got. Our first, Facebook question, right?
Yeah, it was a message. It was actually a link and a message. One of my friends from high school, Colton Hennis, he sent us a link and he was like, hey, this looks like something you guys might want to talk about. And so I clicked on it.
Cool. So it's going to be a little bit more of a discussion on the two huge trailers on what DC is coming into play with Batman vs. Superman and Suicide Squad. I have not heard this question yet, so let's jump into it.
All right. I told these guys, don't look at the message, don't click on the link, because I want you guys' first reactions when I tell you this on the podcast. So these are their fresh reactions. Here we go. So the link went to a page that was about a fan theory about Jared Leto's Joker. It basically says that the Joker is none other than Jason Todd, which, if you don't know, that's the second iteration of Robin in Batman.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah. So this basically comes from there were some hints, I guess. People have been really just digging through this, and we talked about earlier the released pictures of Jared Leto's Joker, like the first time we ever saw him with the tattoos and stuff. And then also in the trailer we see that he has a tattoo on right by his left eye and cheek, sort of. And that looks like a J, is what people are saying that it is.
Okay.
And then he also, on his arm in the original picture, he has some feathers on his bicep that we see. And so some people are saying that the J is just for Joker. Well, this theory says that it's actually for Jason, and that also the feathers on the arm represents Robin. They also go into the graffiti on the Robin suit in Batman's Batcave in the in the trailer, excuse me, which says, haha, joke's on you, Batman.
Graffiti onto the suit.
Also,
that's a cool connection.
And then also the written out newspaper clipping of the Wayne Tower devastated. It says, "You let your family die" on it. And then also there was the line that says, "How many good guys are left? How many stayed that way?" From the Batman vs. Superman trailer that people are kind of keying on. So this is like sort of callback to the Death in a Family line of the comics. Father Mike kind of talked about that. If you haven't heard about that, go check out our episode with Father Mike.
Episode 7. Our most
Talking
popular
about
one.
So, yeah. And there was another sort of spoiler picture from that. I think that was leaked that I looked at, and you guys can look at it if you want. I know that you don't have to. I don't know if you guys want more leaks from this or not. So, but what do you guys think about this theory about Jared Leto's Joker being Jason Todd?
I really like it, and I really wish I knew more about the DC comics, so this would have more of an impact on me. But just like a bad guy turned evil, like That's really interesting.
A good guy turned evil?
Sorry, yeah. A good guy turned evil.
Well, hey, bad guys turn evil too, I guess. They turn against...
He was bad once, but he became even more.
Took it up a notch.
Nick, what do you think?
What do I think? You either stop as a hero, or you stay long enough.
Or what is
Live long enough to see yourself turn into the villain.
Yep. Yeah, so basically, he was the hero for too long, and that slowly corrupted him as he went on through his crime fighting. But, in which that finally just completely corrupted his heart, which now he, I guess in a sense, despises the sense of justice.
Maybe.
I guess it's just evil will slowly corrupt you if you stay with it long enough.
That's the feeling that we're getting from, especially from the Batman vs Superman trailer.
Now, I have heard this theory before and I read up a little bit on it, so I didn't know that was the theory that you're looking at, so I did not look at the link or anything like that. But there are two sides to this, in my opinion. This is a thing, this very well could be a thing, and the other side is, no, I don't see this happening. It would be really, really cool, I think, to see them portray that see them kind of work that into the story. But the only thing with that is you're banking on people already knowing that Jason Todd has been a Robin, and all the history that went on between him and Joker, which they very well could tell again in either one of these movies. But I think it's going to service the fans a lot more than it is the general audience that's going to be coming in. So I guess from like a business standpoint, I don't know if it makes a whole lot of sense to incorporate Robin turning into the Joker, assuming that all that history has happened. And this is supposed to be like the big step forward in this DC line. So for them to take such a huge risk and assume so much out of the audience, and granted, this is all out of context and stuff, we don't know how they're going to incorporate all this stuff into the movie. They could do a spectacular job telling it, but I'm just saying, as far as it's a huge leap, I think, a huge jump into incorporating something like that into a universe that's already struggled in the past, really, and this is supposed to be their big, momentous step forward into this giant universe that's launching this DC Cinematics. But the other side is, it's awesome. That would be so cool. I think it would... The only thing that I don't like about it, if it is true, is that it would assume... I've heard the side that the previous Joker corrupted... There was a previous Joker, that corrupted Jason Todd. And Jason Todd turned into a new Joker. And, this is where we get all this stuff. I don't know. Both sides, I guess I'd be happy with, but it is a very interesting fan theory. I'm leaving it at that. I don't know if people are looking into it too much, or if there's some logical explanation to some of the stuff. I feel like I think it's a huge risk for them to take, but it might, if it is true, it would definitely pay off, I think. But
yeah, I think it's interesting. So in this universe, Batman has been with Robin before, and it's interesting. Maybe some of his motivations in Batman v Superman are based on whatever the downfall of Robin was, and it'd be interesting to see if he was going crazy, or what happened that he had to stop being Robin in the first place.
Well, I absolutely think that the death of Robin, if it is indeed a death, is what launches Bruce Wayne into retirement from Batman.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah,
sure.
That makes sense.
Regardless as to whether this fan theory is correct.
Yeah,
that's the thing about good theories is all the signs point, like, when you look at it like that, it's like, oh yeah, that totally makes sense. And it's so hard to, like, it might just be a theory. And
I will say it seems like people are looking in way too far into the tattoos.
I agree. But
the other things that seem to make a little bit more sense.
Mm-hmm. And with those tattoos, that could just be, I mean, is it coincidence that we don't even know if it is a J.
Right,
I thought it was a teardrop.
That's kind of what it looked like, yeah.
But J is also for Joker. And
not both.
Yeah. And when people first saw that those Robin, or those feathers, they're speculating that it could be Robin, but also we know that Robin in the comics has killed Jason Todd. So whether that be the whole playing off of Batman's greatest failure kind of thing, and that, again, launches Bruce Wayne into retirement from the Batsuit. I don't know. I just think it's too big of a twist for them to play with that so soon. That would be something that I expect out of a Batman solo film, so that they can really explore, the depth that went into Jason Todd's potentially turning into a Joker character. And again, I don't know. I wouldn't want that to be the origin story of Joker, to be honest. Like, I like the whole, like, completely unknown random psychopath that just, saw what this Bat Vigilante guy is doing and decided to throw in a little bit of chaos in the mix. And, I like that a little bit more than having Jason Todd go insane because he could not handle what Batman was dishing out or something like that. I don't know. It could turn into a really cool storyline if it's true, but it also could really backfire, I think. There's already so much stuff going on in Batman vs. Superman from what we saw in the trailer, especially, that to throw that in the mix too, I don't know. It might be a bit much.
That's the thing, though. I don't think they're actually going to throw it into the mix. I think because I don't see either of these movies, Suicide Squad or Batman v Superman, actually dealing with this topic right now. I don't see them confronting Joker. Batman v Superman, they're not going to be confronting Joker yet. We see Batman in the Suicide Squad trailer. I don't know if he's going to be up against Joker, and I don't feel like they're going to address it yet. And so this might just be a theory that sparked way too early, maybe.
Well, they've already announced that Suicide Squad, all of those villains that are on the Suicide Squad were put away by Batman. So they've announced that, they've confirmed that, I believe. So I think that scene with Batman on the hood of the car and stuff may just be a flashback of...
I think so too.
That might be
him capturing the Joker and, whatever ensues after that.
But I don't see them addressing it yet. And so it could turn out to be a big twist that does launch this DC slate into, like, something to be
reckoned with.
Yeah, something to be toppled by Marvel, or
to be toppled by Marvel.
No, something.
You don't want them to succeed, Matt?
No, I do. It's a good thing if they're having competition. That makes everything so much better. So I don't know. It might be a good idea for competition wise to do it. I agree with you. I don't like the origin of Joker if it's this way, because again,
you're dealing with a beloved and world renowned, like, world recognized villain that already is menacing and crazy enough alone, minus a weird backstory that but again, to play the other side, it is a new take. People have been worried about them trying to separate the Dark Knight trilogy from this new upcoming series, and how on earth they're going to be able to top Heath Ledger's Joker. So, this could serve us again a new interesting take that differentiates the two characters, or the two portrayals, rather.
He was so good. Good.
It's going to be really hard to top that, and I hope that people don't bring too much expectation into it, even though Jared Leto already looks amazing doing it.
And that laugh that he had in the trailer, it was so good.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fresh. It wasn't the Mark Hamill laugh. It wasn't the Heath Ledger laugh.
Oh, I think it's very much a mix of the two, though. Like, you can definitely hear the Mark Hamill in that laugh. But...
Right, yeah. There's so much going on that, I don't know, I think coming from a new story standpoint, if they want to make it different than the comics and different than everything else, I don't know. This could be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
This could be so cool. And to throw in somebody like Jason Todd, which not everybody knows. I mean, if you're a really hardcore Batman fan, you'd probably know, but not the casual people that have watched just the last Batman trilogy. They don't know who Jason Todd is. So I can see this as kind of like just maybe this will turn out great. Maybe we're just looking into it too much. But maybe we're being hypercritical of the theory.
Respect your theories, man.
Peace. Or in this case, chaos.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Chaos. If we're gonna be talking about fan theories and stuff, I thought we were going to get into a little bit as far as just what we thought of the trailers, but we already did that, and I think each of us might do a little something on the blog. I've been working on a video review for both of the trailers, so hopefully that'll be up soon. But if we're going to talk about fan theories, I want to dive in a little bit to these Superman soldiers that we see in the trailer. Because that is probably the most confusing part about both of the Batman vs. Superman trailers is, what the heck are these people doing, and who are these people? Does Superman actually want them there? Is it playing off of an Injustice kind of take? Or it's obviously the whole movie is going to be littered with the Dark Knight Returns references and homages, but I don't know. What do you guys think about the Superman soldiers? Because I've heard a few different things.
Well, I don't know. It's very interesting. As for, Superman's whole morality stuff, and if it's right, if it's wrong, I don't know what's going on there. I could see it as Lex Luthor playing strings with the government, because we see him talking to the senator and stuff.
As well.
So I don't know. I didn't get too much out of the trailer, as in the Superman soldiers, but they were fighting Batman, and so I'm wondering why he's going after them too. It's I don't know.
Nick, do you have anything to say
About the soldiers?
Yeah, because I'm not really sure what I want to say about it.
For the soldiers, I think that that the little theory that maybe it is Lex Luthor that is pulling some strings, but also it might be the government itself that wants to try to, aid Superman to show that, okay, we're on your side. You don't have to worry about us. Please don't destroy our planet, because we know that you probably have the ability to do that. Mm-hmm. I guess that's pretty much as much I can get out of it.
Mm-hmm. No, one thing. Okay, I just thought of it. Is this where Superman is listening to the government at this point? He is kind of at least partly under their control.
That's what I'm thinking. I think
which would really go back to the Dark Knight Returns.
Mm-hmm. I think that is what it looks mostly that they're leaning into. Is we see the court hearing. What is the consequences of the whole Metropolis incident, and seeing a man that powerful. I think that the government will play a role in it, as far as if you're going to be here, then we're going to keep you in check, and you're going to work for us then. So, and with the new trailer release, they showed a little bit of an extended look on when he's walking down the hall, and he looks kind of disgusted by the whole thing. If you really look at it, he does not look happy, regardless, whether it be disgusted or if he's just angry about some separate issue. But I don't know, I think it's a look of disgust, and, he does not want this to be happening. This clearly goes against what Superman's about. He doesn't want to be controlled, because he said so in Man of Steel. You think you can control me, but you don't. I think it's going to play into that a lot more. But another theory that I actually heard, because with the whole Batman being in his Indiana Jones / aviator suit or whatever that is, playing again into The Dark Knight Returns, it could be the Sons of Batman, which is that gang that picks up, once the mutant is taken care of, and that gang is like, oh, we're the Sons of Batman now. Because, again, we see Batman break a dude's neck in that trailer when he's fighting off all those guys. Which is interesting, because that goes against his moral code, which brings into another question of, is Batman going to kill in this universe? Which I really hope not. But, it is a pretty unhinged Batman from what I've already gathered. But that's another interesting theory that I heard. It could be the Sons of Batman. But, again, that would be a pretty big reach, I think. But...
So are you saying that the soldiers themselves are the Sons of Batman? And when he's fighting the soldiers.
Yeah, that's actually not Batman. That's one of many people dressed up as him fighting the soldiers for whatever reason. But I don't know. I think that's a bit of a reach too.
Yeah. And then you were talking about the when you said the Sons of Batman, it made me just think, what if they do a play with the Superman there, and that the soldiers are just volunteers who are like, hey, we stand with you, and we want to and the government maybe backs them and is like, okay, we'll give you stuff, you can follow them. I don't know.
Could be.
I'm just throwing stuff out there.
Mm-hmm. And then, there's another speculation as far as because again, tackling that whole did Superman just kill a dude? If he actually killed them, we know that Batman is a master of 127 martial arts, knows his own methods and, his own strengths, because again, in The Dark Knight Returns, we see that, there are 9 different ways I can take this guy out, 3 of which are fatal or whatever, 1 of which will cause extreme, or will disable him or something like that. And the last one just hurts or whatever, and he boots him right in the ribs or something like that. I don't know. Another thing someone threw out, well, those soldiers could be robots or something that Lex Luthor designed. I'm like, oh gosh, now you're really speculating.
Yeah, that's just.
I don't want Luthor bots.
Yeah, well,
Lex bots.
Lex bots, yeah.
Lex bots, that's better.
Yeah, I think with the dark Batman thing, breaking a neck, it seems like the events of what happened before may have broken him. That's what they were talking about at the beginning, is all this stuff makes a good man cruel, that whole quote. And I think it kind of plays into that. It's he used to be following his morals, but at some point something just broke him, and that's what made him quit or whatever. I don't know, maybe that could play in somehow.
Absolutely.
I'm interested to see how Wonder Woman plays into this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Aquaman.
Oh, I don't. Is Aquaman going to be in the movie?
Yep, it's going to be a very small role, just as Wonder Woman has.
Okay.
And again, they've mentioned that as far as what Wonder Woman's going to play, and they've said that she is the gateway drug to the Justice League. That was what I think the quote was. So again, a very minor part that will help lead into the Justice League. Same with Aquaman, but we'll see. And you clearly see the romance between Bruce Wayne and Diana Prince, which they have in comics and animated series. So I'm completely excited for Wonder Woman.
Well, thanks, Colton. That was fun.
Yeah. All of our fan theories out.
Yeah, if you guys want more fan theories, when whatever episode we had with Age of Ultron, I had a theory about.
Oh.
Yeah, I won't talk about it here, but I had a theory that no one else likes here. But
when I heard it, I just went, "Oh no!"
The fans have spoken.
No, it's an interesting theory.
It is.
And it's fun to do this. It's fun to theorize and like speculate and see what we can
predict,
what we can tie together, what two flashes of
how to fix
words.
Inaccuracies in movies.
So yeah, if you send us more fan theories, send us your fan theories, and
comment in general. Really,
yeah.
What do you think about any of this stuff?
But that'll wrap it up for the show right now. I've been the Holocron Keeper.
I've been the Smash Hero.
And I'm the Ring Bearer.
And the guest, the Nightwalker.
All right, everybody.
Thank you so much for being with us, Nick.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun.
He's been in 3 now. We hope to get him on more. 3 in a row.
Yes.
I think you have the record already.
Thanks, guys. Keep putting the fan in fandom.
Till next time.
Peace.
Bye.